Hi everyone, this is Nita. Today I'm going to show you my 2022 lineup reveal. Previously, I've been doing my annual lineup through Instagram Live, but this year I do want to do a quick video to show you. So hopefully you like this format. So yeah, these are the two piles in front of me. On the right over here, these are all the planners that are dated. So I'll be using them mostly daily. A couple of them are on the weekly basis that I'm planning to do. On the left here, these are more for my hobbies. So I choose something. I chose some notebooks that are not dated, and I can continue use them if I don't finish them in 2022. So I think we should get started with the dated ones. Let me put this pile away for a little bit. All right. So here we are. The first one here is my Weeks, and this is my very first Weeks zip. So I'm very excited. I'm also using it as my wallet. So that's also the reason why I think it makes sense to use my Weeks as my finance keeping for 2022. This is also my first time doing this. I've been trying so hard to get into the habit of doing financial tracking, and I'm very happy that I'm actually getting started and trying to figure out a way that's easy enough for myself to keep up. So hopefully this will work. I am going to show you the format real quick, but not very closely because it does already have some numbers on it. But basically in the monthly, I plan to have most of the fixed in the monthly chart here. I plan to have most of the fixed costs in here, like our mortgage, our bills every month for water, for sewage, things like that. But on the left here, this will be a weekly total coming from fixed and different categories, which I'll show you in a bit here. On the weekly here, I do have purchase, place, category, and the money amount. So this is the first week of December. As you can see, I started in December here, just a fresh start to try to like warm up myself for 2022. So this is like a daily expense on things like grocery or things that I, traveler's notebook accessories, some stationery spending, some dining out, some travel expense. So that's what I plan to continue doing. So far it has been working out, so hopefully it will stick. And on the right over here, I plan to do some reasoning with myself whenever I feel like I'm going to do some impulse buying. I plan to write down the things that I really want to get, but I also at the same time feel like maybe I shouldn't. So I'll put those items or the one items here and try to write down the pros and cons and opportunity cost kind of thing, just to try to be more conscious and more aware of how I am spending, and giving myself some time to think through why I'm buying this thing, and how I'm going to use it, to make sure that I am doing less impulse buying. So yeah, that's how I'm planning to use that part of it. In the notes section, I have a little sticky here because I haven't really draw anything out yet. But I plan to do some charts, like bill chart, just to see monthly how it fluctuates, like every month with our bills, like energy bill, all that, like if it's seasonal, or like in the summer, like the water tends to be more expensive because I have a little garden outside. I need to water the plants, things like that, just to be more aware of the trend and if we need to look out for anything. And then credit card monthly, that's also just as for awareness as well, just to see. I think the chart is really helpful, very visual, to show you what's happening. Sometimes even seeing the number, when you don't see the comparison month to month, it's not that obvious for you to realize, oh no, I'm actually spending way more, like in the holiday season or something. And in that case, if it's really something that you have to spend or something you really have to buy, then you can watch out for the season or for the month that to save up more for the coming month, things like that. And then investment, trying to get started, and then we have some total expense monthly, just to show, like I said, like every month it can be very different and very seasonal, like holiday season. So yeah, so these are some ideas that I think I'll be doing in a chart on the back, which I still need to do. It's completely on my to-do list before 2022 comes. This page over here, right now I have an idea of using it as a tracker. So how I'm going to use it is down here for this section, for the days that I have a no spend day, I will color it green so I can see how many days of a month that I'm not spending on things that's not necessary. So for example, if I have something in the other category, or something that's not in the necessities or grocery category, then I will put, if I don't have any of that, I'll put it down as a no spend day, meaning I didn't buy anything that I don't need or we don't need as a household. So yeah. And then for the section up here, I plan to write down the things that I want. And this can correspond with, the reasoning part that I want to do with myself on the side here. So before I buy anything that I want, I will write them down here on this section. And if I do end up buying them, they will turn red because in this case, I do want to be aware how much things I'm buying. So they will be red if I do buy them, and how much money I spend on them, that will go back to the spending, the expense here. So yeah, that's what I'm planning to do, just to see how many things that end up being purchased, and just to learn more about myself and my spending habits, just to hopefully I'll see some trend and help myself be more careful with expenses. So yeah, this has been working out so far. I also have a pen here that has three different colors, so it's easier to when I'm writing down spending and saving, things like that, it's easier to differentiate. Yep. And like I said, this is currently my wallet as well, so everything is in one place. So that's that. Okay, moving on to the next one. The next planner in 2022 is the Kokuyo and Bushimen Corporation, the PAL planner. I was super excited about this planner when Bushimen announced it on her vlog, on her video, and the layout is just very refreshing and very different from everything else. So if you know me, previously I've been using Take a Note as my work planner, but in 2022 I am going to put my work planning and personal planning into this PAL planner here, which I have already started actually and has been working out really well. So like I said, I've already started because this notebook actually starts in December. So I have a little sticky note thing here that's removable. So this was in my 2021 Take a Note, and I move it over here. as you open the notebook, here is the overview of last year. Oh wait, sorry, this next year, 2021, 2023. So that's that. I don't think I'll be doing much with this, just, you know, this is going just to be a reference page that whenever I need to see where the day falls, this will just be the calendar pages. So yeah, and this part I plan to be better at friends' birthdays. I'm not a big birthday person, but I feel like I should be. You know, now we've been in pandemic for 2 years, and it's sometimes it gets really hard to, when you're not doing anything regularly in person. I think it's even more important to remember your friends' birthdays, just to keep in touch, you know, use different reasons to reach out and try to talk more remotely, not in person. So just to make up for that in-person gathering time we used to have. So I think I should get better at that. So I'll start using this as a birthday calendar thing. So hopefully that will work out, because I'm really bad with birthdays. Sorry. But going into the actual planner part, as you can see, I've already started using it, and I've been loving it so far. There are some work stuff on here, so I might try to block them with my fingers. But here you can see every month, instead of having all the monthly in the front, one of my favorite things about PAL is that it actually does every month in one place. So if you look at this like the month of December here, it has the monthly, the tracker thing, and then the weekly, and then you go into January, so you don't have to constantly flipping front and back. Like we do with other planner that has like all the monthly in the front and all of the weekly in the back. So this is one thing I really love about PAL. And I'm not a big monthly user, so this layout really worked out for me. I'm actually using it more here because I'm also moving my personal planning into this planner, so there's more things to note on the weekend, and I break the bottom part into two halves. One on the left is for work, on the right is for personal. So these are like the must-do list or plans that I want to make sure I check off. So yeah, I put all the to-do list here. As you can see, December is actually not that busy yet. So I'm slowly building up my list over here. But when you see my weekly, it still gets pretty busy. It's just that I tend not. Sometimes if the project comes up randomly or on the week, I don't have the habit of moving that to the monthly, because that's not really a monthly plan. So that's that. And then this is my second favorite part of this planner. Oh, let me hold it. So on the left here, I have I kind of make it into a chart for my steps count and my sleep hours. So every day I'm tracking how many steps I'm taking just to see the trend. And you can see here, this is when the second day after we got our booster, and everywhere hurts on my body. So I pretty much didn't move. The steps is probably from moving from my bed to downstairs getting food, and then moving to my couch, laying on the couch. So this is a very not active day. But I try to walk our dog every day if it's not raining, or if work or life is not busy. So I try to walk her at least for 20-25 minutes every day. If not, I mean, sometimes when it's raining, we walk her a little bit shorter. But that's mainly where my steps gets counted in. Or sometimes when we go grocery shopping, we walk a lot more. So I'm trying count my steps here. And then this is my sleep record. I'm trying to get better at not going to bed really late on Fridays. That's kind of as you can see here, it's a tendency over here that I know the next day is weekend, and I just somehow my brain just tricked me into like, hey, you don't really need to do anything tomorrow, just stay up and do whatever you want. So I usually end up sleeping around 3 or 4 a.m., which is really bad. So I'm trying to look out for that, but as you can see, I'm still doing that here. So next week, hopefully I will be better. And yeah, again, like chart is a very obvious way to see the trend and to raise more awareness so that you know where to improve. So far I'm really liking it. On the other side, this tracker here, I used to have this tracker separately on my Hobonichi and on my Take a Note. So on my Take a Note, it's more of a productivity, like all of these things up here. These used to be on my Take a Note, and everything down here used to be on my Hobonichi. But now they're all in one place, and I'm so happy that everything fits here. And it really is a very, very easy way to see the trend of the month as well. So these are the things that I'm keeping track of right now. I'm loving it. So yeah, that's the tracker thing. Going into, let me put this back here. Okay. So the monthly, I think actually, if you can see here, I think a lot of users are actually already giving their feedback about how the highlighters or the pens they use are getting to the next page. To me, it doesn't really bother me, especially that, you know, for the tracker, it's only affecting this little area here. Like if you go to the second week, it doesn't have that because it's not right behind the tracker, so it doesn't really bother me. But if you do care, just, you know, make sure you're aware of that. But yeah, here I have like my 2 challenges for the week. It's sometimes very small things that I'm trying to build habit of, like practice 10 minutes focus. I sometimes get really distracted at work very easily. If people email me or ping me at work, I just drop off what I was doing and go to the pin right away. So I'm trying to build out my 10 minutes focus time frame, that in that 10 minutes I'm only doing one thing. It doesn't matter who pings me or what new emails come in. I don't look at them. I'm only doing what I was doing for that 10 minutes. So that's what I've been trying out. As you can see, I mark it as red, which means I didn't really stick to it in this week. So it carries on to the second week here. And then stand after lunch, I'm trying to get better at not sitting all day. And I have a standing desk, so that's what I've been doing. And here is the weekly to-do here. And that actually, you know, it's just like how I was using my Take a Note, like I list out all the weekly to-do and then distribute them, allocate them to every day. So, and I also put them into personal and work. So on the daily here, I have all the meetings schedule on the right here, and all the to-do for work on the top, and the to-do for personal at the bottom. So yeah, and for the empty spaces, I just put some little stickers here and there. As you can see, I mean, like these 2 pages have 7 days on it. So on them, so there's actually not that much space for decorating, but I just try to put some small things here and there just to make it look happier, I guess. to myself, I think they look happier. And then, because the first week I was kind of still experimenting how I want to use it, and the second week it has already developed a little bit more. One example is that, as you can, if you notice, I'm doing some color coding here. Personal is pink and work is purple. So for the schedule here, all the purple stuff is work related, and some personal items here and here, like getting booster, these are personal events. And I used the pink highlighter to mark out the block. So yeah, everything is still the same as the first week. So far this is going really well, and I think I'll just continue use it as is for 2022. And here in the back of the PAL planner, it also has the some lists that you can do. So I plan to use this as my reading list, and maybe a movie list. I don't really watch that many movies, but my husband loves movies, so maybe I should start watching more movies with him, and maybe put some note them down here. But mainly this will be for my reading list, so hopefully I'll be able to read a lot more next year. I do have a lot of books that's piling up. Oh, and one thing real quick, I just want to show you my pen test. I have to say, I mostly use gel pens for my planners. I don't really use fountain pens, so I'm really glad that this notebook works for gel pen, but unfortunately for people who love using fountain pen, this might not be the best planner for you, because so you can see here I have these tests here for fountain pens, and the inks are when I'm writing on it, it's already feeling a little bit feathering. It's not very obvious, but as you can, like this S here for Twispy, there's a little bit of feathering happening, and on the back it's kind of like bleeding through. So I really don't recommend using fountain pen on this book. It's just not as it doesn't feel that good writing on it. But for gel pen, everything works perfectly. As you can see, there's no bleeding through, no ghosting. All the ghosting are actually from the highlighter. So yeah, this has been working out really well for the first 2 weeks, and I'm really happy about it. I think I need to speed up over here. The next one is my Taiwan beer anniversary traveler's notebook cover that I just got. It's so beautiful. It's very smooth. It smells really nice. This is going to be my weekly photo journal next year. I actually have done this before, but I didn't do it this year, and I really miss how I had all of those photos in one place. I really want to go back and start doing it again. So just an example from the previous stuff that I did. So basically just posting photos and writing a weekly, just some description of the photos here and there. So hopefully it will be very simple and quick. So I'm gonna give that a try again. Yeah, so this is quick and simple. So this is actually on a weekly basis. And this one here is actually a take a note. This is going to be my daily memory keeping in 2022. This year I've been doing it in a Hobonichi cousin, but so far when life and work get too busy, it just gets neglected. And for I5 the pages are really big, and when it's blank it's very blank. So I really don't like the feeling of wasting those papers, and I really want to find something that's, because for those days I still want to be able to write something down. It's just that whenever I look at that A5 size page, it's just a lot to write in, and I am the type of person that has to feel every little corner on the page. So it didn't really work out that well for me. but I still but I do love writing on the Hobonichi paper, and I do love how the Hobonichi cousin has all the layout and all the formats in one book, which has the monthly, the vertical, and then the one day one page. So that actually worked out for me, but I'm just trying to see if I can move that to the take a note, and hopefully this will be less terrifying in the coming year. So yeah, so how I'm planning to use this is that for the monthly, this will mainly be my gratitude journal. I'll be writing down something that I'm thankful for each day, and then on the left I plan to have some, review of the week, something that makes me happy, or something that really upsets me. So just kind of a mood tracking, even mood tracking type of journaling here. Moving into the weekly, here I plan to use, if you know the layout of, if you know the take a note layout, in the beginning of the week, it actually has a little section here that lists out the whole week here with a pretty good size box. So I plan to use this as my meal tracker, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also, I'm going to put my exercise tracking here as well. So not as a tracker if I did it or not, but as a tracker that what workout I did. So like yoga, or some YouTube videos I've been following for my exercise, like what type of exercise I did for the day. So this will kind of be like a mini health tracker here. And then for each day, it will just be memory keeping, my murmur dump, or if nothing happened that day, it will probably be mostly just collaging, or if I neglected that day, when I go back, I'll probably just put like collaging, or based on the gratitude mood tracking thing, I might be able to pick up some memories and write down more things. So yeah, this is how I'm planning to use it. Very simple and very straightforward. Hopefully it will work out. Like I said, this is going to be my first time using take a note as a diary or as a memory keeping purpose. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully that will work out well. And the very last one in the dated section is the Thinking of You notebook, and it's so beautiful this year. I just opened it this morning as well, and if you can look at that sheen, this already has the PVC cover on, but yeah, it's beautiful. This is actually between my hobby and weekly, because I want to use this as my garden and reading journal. So there are two very different things, but because I noticed in my 2021 garden journal, which was also a Thinking of You, the planting season is actually very short. So in the winter here in Seattle, I didn't really plant a lot of things, and there's not that much happening in my garden. I do have some plants growing, but I have some salad mix growing and some kale still growing, but it's not much planting that I'm doing. So it's a lot less things to keep track of that I need to keep track of. So I plan to combine this with a reading journal, just to write down something. If there's a new book that I started this week, put a little photo. This is just my thinking now. Like a photo of the book, some quotes from the books, some thoughts from the books, on the day off or something as I'm reading through. So yeah, we'll see how it works out, but that's what I'm planning to do. One other thing, like PAL Planner, the Thinking of You also has the monthly right before the weekly pages. So it's very nice that I can put down. I'm a person who doesn't read one book at a time, so hopefully this will help me keep myself on track. If I have multiple books reading, how many pages I want to read in this month, I can probably put it in the to-do list here. And also when it's planting season, or the season where I need to like clean up the raised beds or something, this will be a to-do list for the garden as well. Yeah, so far that's the plan. And this is going to be going into this cover here, which I find it I think this is a perfect gardening journal cover, because I will be able to there's a lot of storing spaces for photos, and for if I want to save the seed packaging or instruction or something for later, I can put them in the pockets in the back here. Or if I have some pamphlets or something that I got from the nursery, I can also slip them in. So yeah, so these are the dated ones. I think I spent too much time on them, but we'll move really quick into the non-dated ones. Okay, but hopefully you're enjoying this video, even though it might be a little bit too long. So this is the A6 Midori one day one page. I used to use it, and also in the A5 size and the A6 size both. I used to have them in the previous years, but it didn't work out for me, because one day one page I'm still yeah, it's just a lot for me, as I have a full-time job in the shop. Sometimes just gets really busy and I don't have time to do one day one page. But this year I picked a A6 because I do want to do some collaging in here to be better at using what I already have, and also use it as a therapy, kind of just to calm myself down, or when I feel creative, or even for the stores when there's new arrivals coming in, I need to do some quick collaging or some quick idea dumps. It will all be in here. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to share more photos about my collaging and how I'm using all the tapes and stamps I have with everybody from this collage book next year. So I think, yeah, with the collaging purpose of this notebook, I don't really care about the monthly in the front. I really just love the Midori paper, and this layout is just so pretty. So yeah, I think it was actually the opposite. I actually wanted this notebook before I came up with the collaging idea, and I just needed to give myself a reason to buy this notebook. So that's what I came up with, basically. So yeah, hopefully it will work out really well, but this doesn't have to be finished in 2022. I will probably still continue using it in 2023 if I didn't end up doing collage every day. So yeah. This is one of my favorite covers so far from Hobonichi, and it really fits my lifestyle as well. Next year, I'm going to start doing a camping journal. This year we really did a lot of camping, and I think my husband is finally accepting the fact that he can't escape from camping. So I think hopefully we'll be continuing that trend and explore more campsite, and maybe not just in Washington State, also other states as well. So we'll see. But right now, this is the page that I got a Midori MD paper blank notebook in here. So the first page here is basically a quick table of content kind of thing. So I'm going to put down the campground, if it takes reservation, where is it located, what's the price of, you know, of spending overnight there, distance and time, like how far it is from our house, how long it takes for us to get there, when do we go, the campsite number, who do we camp with. Sometimes we go with friends, and like last year this year we went with Phyllis and Andrew there, and their cute little boy Teddy. It was a super fun trip. Pino had a blast with Teddy as well, so it was really fun. And then tent or car, so we actually have a electrical vehicle, so I've got some new gears and really wanted to try if we can do some car camping in the winter months. Yeah, because a lot of campsite actually has very nice trails next to them, and I've been really wanting to do some snowshoeing, and it would be really fun if we can also spend a night at the trail at the campsite as well. So hopefully that will come all together. Hopefully that will work out. We'll do some new adventures. Rating of the campsite, and then the page here is going to be referring to so after this first 2 pages, I will start doing some per trip. I will be doing some entries in here, and I'll be numbering the pages in the back, so the page will be referring to the pages that I'll be putting in the back here. So that's how it's going to work. So yeah, so it's very fitting for this cover, and I'm super excited to do more memory keeping of our camping trips. Yay. Okay, and this is also something I don't need to finish in 2022. It will just be finished. It will just be done whenever. I do think maybe I'll keep these pages blank as well, just in case I run out of space here before I finish the entry part, so can have more table of content in the front. Yeah, okay. Next one is my foraging notebooks. This whole book has 2 parts. One is like, I haven't really started any. I mean, I started a little bit, I haven't finished. But this is some entries of our foraging trips, some photos, some things we find, you know, some memory keeping. So that's what this notebook will be. But the back here, this is mainly my on the road notes about what we saw, what we learned. I also joined my Collage society in Seattle, and they have a monthly meeting, so I put a lot of meeting notes in here, learning new knowledge about mushrooms. So this will actually be more than just mushrooms. It's also identifying like different trees and different things in the nature, maybe birds, maybe bugs, or even fish. Depends on where we're going, but that's what I'm planning to do. Right now it's mostly mushrooms because we did quite a bit of foraging trip this year, and we're still learning. And this washable paper here, I plan to use this to document the mushrooms that we encounter, and to put out more information about them. For example, the morel. This is the one entry I just did, but this is more research, like, you know, what's the actual name of the mushroom, like what are the shapes or pits, or, you know, where are they usually found, if there's any seasons or any trees they grow next to, any flowers they grow next to, just some little tips here and there. So this is more of a study or research notes that's more organized in the back. And this is just a very quick pamphlet, just to make sure we don't eat the poison mushrooms or take them home. So this goes to the back here, and this is my foraging notebook. Yay! It's a little bear here. Hey, hey. And the very last one here is a how do I want to call it? I think it's a shopping and dining or restaurant cafe exploring journal. So it's pretty much just everything that I don't know where else to put them. So far I have had like, so this is my Hobonichi 2022 purchase. So I put them in here, and those are my new inks, some new toms that I got, Marimeko. So I got some new socks and a new blanket. This is the art museum trip that I did with Sarah and Phyllis. Some cafes we went to in Hawaii, in Maui, food trucks. So it's kind of just very random things, like the stamp I bought, the charm that I got from Traveler's Notebook, a restaurant that we went to with friends, and some new arrivals and for the store. And it's continuing. It's more the donut shop that we went to. Yeah, so a new jacket that I got, and also, yay, the Taiwan beer TN that I just got. So this is just going to be many different things. And I also stick a sticker release paper notebook in the back here, just thinking that, if there's any, for example, this sticker here was actually on this notebook because I got this off the donut box that I had. Before I know where to put it in my journal, I just kind of park it here before I use it. And a lot of times when you go to different shops, that they have like they have stickers, they have when you might buy stickers or they use it for their packaging, or something you drink, or the coffee you got has like stickers on them. I think it's very convenient just to stick them here if you need to throw the packaging away, or if you don't want to keep the whole thing with you. So yeah, so this is my 2022 lineup, the 2 piles here, and I'm very excited about 2022. There's a lot of new adventures that I'm going to take with all the new planners. I'm trying out, some of them are new to the lineup, new to 2022. I didn't have in 2021 or even before. So I'm very excited, and I can't wait for January to come and start using them. And I mean, some of them I've already started using, but it's just that excitement of breaking into new notebooks. You know how it feels. So I hope you are, enjoying your last month of 2021 and getting all of your planners and journals ready for the next year. Even if it's 1 or 2 notebooks, I'm sure you're very excited as well. And hopefully everybody will have a good holiday season, to enjoy the time, with your family or quietly with yourself. Yeah, so we'll see you soon. I'll see you soon again, and hopefully I'll be able to do more videos. Let me know what you think. Hopefully I'll be doing more of these next year. I'm trying to get better at creating more content. So thank you, and if I don't talk to you before the new year, Happy New Year. Bye.